I greet you with the universal greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. You're watching An Nur the Light. Muslim communities have made their mark and continue to thrive across South Africa. We can see this not only in the mosque they establish, but in businesses as well. Solly's Anglers is one such place which has become a meeting place for fishermen who pass through the town of Nelspruit while on their way to some of the best fishing spots in the country.
Fishing is one of the most popular and easiest hobbies in the world. It is also one of the accessible outdoor sports. People of all ages are attracted to it, and there are immense benefits involved. It is known to keep you physically fit, reducing stress and enhancing social relations. Fishing is one way to clear your mind after a hectic work schedule.
As a young boy with my granddad, we used to be, before I even started school, we used to go and look for worms for my grandfather to go and catch fish. And then slowly, we used to actually go with them and sit on the side and fish with a reed and a piece of line with a small float on it. Since I've come to the Lowveld in Nelspruit, I used to practically fish every day. I used to have a board at the shop that says, "Gone fishing, will be back at 9. And after Fajr, after reading Fajr Salah, I would go out to the dam and fish till about 7:30, and then come directly from the dam back. It depends where you went, which dam you went, come back to the shop.
Mpumalanga is a beautiful province which boasts pristine fishing spots such as Prumkop Dam, Loskop Dam, Doornkop Dam and trout fishing dams in Lydenburg. There are many different types of fishing, ranging from angling to electrofishing. Sometimes fishing is categorized by the type of fish being caught. For instance, fishing shrimp is called shrimping, and catching fish in freshwater is called freshwater fishing.
There's different facets on the fishing. You get fly fishing, you get bass fishing, you get carp fishing, you get tiger fishing, you get barbel fishing. That's your freshwater fishing. Then you get your saltwater fishing as well. So it depends on what you fish. I would say, because I'm in the trade, because I'm in the fishing fraternity, I have had the privilege of doing all of them. And I have mastered all of them, but I've now drifted more to bass fishing and saltwater fishing. The saltwater fishing, because we got Mozambique not very far from us, we do it often.
When not fishing, Ishmael Mia can be found in one of Mpumalanga's most well-known fish and tackle stores, Solly's Anglers. Not only do they provide the best angling supplies, but everyone who comes in here are treated like family, and there's a tip or two to be had from Mr. Mia, especially about his love for bass fishing.
Bass fishing at the moment is my favorite. And like I say, because we live in Nelspruit, close by, in a radius of one hour, I can be. There are 12 big dams that we can go to without a problem. And my passion is more on the boat now than on the side. Side fishing is, as you get older, your knees and back start wobbling, and that's so you want to sit and be on the water. Being on the water has got that privilege as well. All the time, you're moving, you're not on one spot.
The Mia family has become synonymous with fishing in these parts. They opened their first store way back in 1969 in Boysens, Gauteng, and then extended it to Nelspruit. Mr. Mia has been running the store since 1985, and it's time for a new generation to take over.
Fishing has played a major part in mine and my dad's relationship from I was from before I can remember. From I was a little boy, not even in school yet. My dad's passion was fishing, so naturally it had become my passion. What makes us come out here and do this fishing and enjoy this fishing is the tranquility, the peace, and the environment that you enjoy. Coming out here, seeing the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's the epic, you know. When you hear the fish eagle, when you see the different birds flying, the different fish swimming, catching the fish occasionally, that makes it epic for us.
I keep coming back to the water because of that peace, tranquility. And when going back, any job that you got to do or finish, your mind is clear. So you do things much better, much easier.
While Ishmael Mia has still not completely let go of the reins of the business, he does find that he has more time to fish the beautiful dams around his hometown of Nelspruit. For anyone who knows the sport, they'd know that there's no better place to be than out on the water casting a line and hoping for the big one.
Looks like there's much fun to be had, as well as loads of patience while trying to land the big one. We've literally just come off quite an eventful month with Ramadan and Eid happening, but that doesn't mean our social calendars are going to be empty. Stand by for this month's events calendar.
Gain the tools and understanding for living the life Allah wants Muslims to live by facing questions too sensitive to mention anywhere else. This course gives those who attend wisdom in areas of everyday life to differentiate clearly between haram and lawful decisions and thoughts. If you're hungry for knowledge and eager to improve, make your way to the website on your screen for more information. Be inspired and inspire by participating in the Mandela Day Marathon this year. The race commemorates the life of Nelson Mandela and the freedom he has gifted this country by ending the struggle of the apartheid era through his selfless sacrifice. The race starts at 10 a.m. on the 30th of August and ends at 3 p.m. This marathon also serves as a symbolic reminder that we can overcome adversity by persevering in doing what's right. The Muslimah Today conference is back this year for the 4th time around. Held in Durban, this conference attracts women from around the country as they come together in addressing issues that Muslim women encounter on a regular basis. With a lineup of guest speakers such as the likes of Aisha Kaji, a political analyst, Karen Tahira Jayas, award-winning author, and many more, the Muslimah Today conference will certainly be an insightful and informative experience that all Muslim women will enjoy. It's that time of the year again to spot the majestic whales who visit our shores annually. The Hermanus Whale Festival serves as a perfect day out with beautiful scenery and things to do. Hermanus has been voted one of the 12 best spots in the world for whale watching and comes with whale cruises to get up close and personal. There's even an option for a bird's eye view flight. This great relaxing experience can be spent with loved ones and families to add to the list of beautiful things you've done together. So make sure you set a weekend aside to appreciate this wonderful country we live in. If you love the contemporary feel, or if you know someone who is going into design, then make sure you head out to the 100% Design South Africa exhibition. Here you'll get to see some of the most creative, innovative pieces by talented South Africans in the form of a relaxing, inspired day.
Looks like we're not even skipping a beat, as the calendar is full of wonderful and exciting events to attend. Please also utilize our social media to send through your events, and we'll make sure it gets seen. The Arabian horse is a beast of pure beauty. It is a prized animal with a history stretching far back thousands of years. We found some in Port Elizabeth.
The Arabian horse, the oldest breed of riding horse in the world. It possesses grace, poise, athleticism, and is regarded as the greatest horse species on earth. These horses have been bred over centuries in the Middle East and are prized possessions. Not only are they sought after, but their bloodlines are the most pure even today.
Badr Arabians basically is a combination of different pedigrees of Arabian thoroughbred horses, which are bred mainly on the Magnum Psyche Ali Jamal line in terms of San Joaquin and Giovanni. And we breed show horses as well as we do some riding as well. If you look at all the wars, the time of the Arabs, the Arabian horses were used as a means of transport, even so that the Bedouins, that when they used, the different tribes that used to fight, they used to seal the female horse because they didn't want the next tribe to breed, so they kept the lineage of the Arabian horse quite pure.
Just outside Port Elizabeth is the Al Badr stud farm and home to South Africa's #1 Arabian horse, San Joaquin. Breeding, grooming and rearing a champion horse takes a special kind of attention, but the owners of Al Badr are avid horse lovers, and this can be seen in the care of their horses.
What makes this horse really special is the amount of beauty he has in his head, which is the most important feature of the Arab horse. He has extremely bold, elegant movement, which you will see captivates you immediately, and he has the high tail carriage you expect in the Arabian horse, and the amount of pride he has is incredible. In 2012, he won the Summer Show Supreme Champion Stallion. That, for me, was his most important title that he claimed, because the horse that competed against him, he was an incredibly good horse. He showed in Scottsdale twice, and he got reserve champion twice. That's 2004 and 2005. And this horse went as a junior horse, and he competed and he won Junior Champion Stallion. And from there he went into seniors. Now, as a junior horse going into seniors, competing against one of the world's best horses, it's like you know he's got good quality, but you're hoping for the best. And he showed out of his skin, and he did incredibly well. And he won Supreme Champion Stallion at the 2012 Summer Show. And now, what makes him even more valuable to us as a stud farm is that he's producing. Any horse can look great and not produce great, and that makes the horse worthless. You can look at it all day, but you can't see his offspring performing. And now, as you've seen in the filly, that filly surely will be exported. I mean, for your first foal, you're experimenting basically to see what the stallion can breed, and he did extremely well.
Apart from San Joaquin, there are a number of other champion horses. Training them is a daily task, and much goes into preparing a horse for the many competitions they are entered into.
With training of show horses, we start them in the morning. They get the correct diet. Every horse is different, not the same. So we monitor month-to-month basis or weekly basis in the start, and see how the horse is, like an athlete or like a bodybuilder, goes through a process of training. So we feed them 3-4 times a day. We take them out and we do lunging or long lining, and we train them in that way, from starting on 5 minutes, 10 minutes, can go up to 45 minutes.
Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, owned a number of these horses, and it is said that their influence and prominence was spurred on by the Prophet's love for Arabian horse. The Al Badr stable is producing some of the best horses around, and trainers are excited about it.
I've been riding horses from a very, very young age in different types of riding. I rode Arab horses in endurance. I rode 5-gated American saddlers. From what I've seen in this country, I've been to quite a few of the studs. I've been to the nationals, and what they're producing now is probably world class. I think they're being very selective about the bloodlines. A lot of research is going into their breeding programs, and they're getting their combinations right. I think that's the key to their success.
For the Ali family, this is more than just a sport. Taking care of these horses fulfills a religious duty in following on the example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. To watch these horses in action is a pure joy.
Now that is truly an amazing creature. It's good to know that we have a champion of Arabian horse breed on our very own shores. From horses to travel, we have it all. This week's must-see destination is along the garden route of South Africa.
Muslim travellers along South Africa's iconic garden route know there isn't always halal places to eat at. This is until Rashid Khan gave up the big city life and moved here not too long ago.
Whenever we used to come for holiday here, I used to have a problem. There was no halal food place in George. My wife suggested that we come to George, open up a little shop and take it from there. There's no other halal food, Muslim-owned halal food place in George. You can find mutton curries, chicken curries, or chicken tikka, tandoori chicken. The sauce comes from Lenasia, Johannesburg. A lady mixes that. What she puts in there, I have no idea. But when we need it, we tell my daughter to buy it and post it to us. I would encourage more of the Muslim people to come and patronize this place, and they'll understand why I say the food is very authentic.
Khan serves many of your favorite dishes with a special sauce imported directly from Johannesburg. One of South Africa's most famous cave adventures can be experienced just outside the town of Oudtshoorn. The Kango Caves has delighted young and old for over 200 years and continues to offer some of the most amazing examples of stalactites and stalagmites in the world. Visitors are led by experienced guides who offer insight and commentary every step of the way. The caves have been inhabited since the early Stone Age and remains a popular tourist destination. These days, however, access to the caves are limited and bookings are encouraged in order to protect the fragile ecosystem that exists inside. No visit to this part of the world can go without seeing the famous ostriches. These birds were once prized possessions and their feathers a sought-after commodity.
At Kango Ostrich Farm, we mainly do ostrich guided tours and accepted tours, and the fun that people have of ostriches. Ostriches is not attacking animals, so it's also a nice animal to work with. And they become very quick used to humans. So it's just a nice bird to be with and to come and see. You can stand on the eggs of the ostrich, and you can do some ostrich riding or just sitting if you don't feel like riding. Riding of ostriches, most of the people is not keen to do it. Most of the people is willing to do it, but it's a fun thing. It's not a bad thing for the ostrich, because we've got a certain weight limit of 75 kilograms, what most of the farms have, and we ride it for a short time or a short distance. Okay, so yeah, some people just like to ride ostriches.
The ostrich farm offers the visitors a full experience as well as a history of the birds.
Ostriches, you must remember, they come from long time ago. The old birds, so back in the old days when they were still living wild and free, they was roaming in the desert areas like Kalahari, Sahara, and the Little Karoo is a half desert area, semi-desert. So it's a perfect area for ostriches. So that's why you find so much ostriches in this area.
Over the years, the ostrich has become a rather popular tourist attraction, and operators are taking an eco-friendly approach with the birds. They are well taken care of and often delight visitors who get to view them in their natural environment.
The Garden Route is one of the most scenic drives in our country, and it's good to know where you can eat, what you can see or do, and have a jolly good time. That's it for us. Join us again next week, same time, same place. We're playing out with a beautiful song. So from me, Maria Mokwanda, Salang Hantle, Assalamu alaikum.
Wallahu alladhi la ilaha illa hu Ar-Rahman ya Allah Ar-Rahim ya Allah Al-Malik ya Allah Al-Quddus ya Allah السلام يا الله المؤمن يا الله المهيمن يا الله العزيز يا الله الجبار يا الله المتكبر يا الله الخالق يا الله البارئ يا الله المصور يا الله الغفار يا الله القهار يا الله الوهاب يا الله الرزاق يا الله الفتاح يا الله العليم يا الله القابض يا الله الباسط يا الله الخافض يا الله الرافع يا الله المعز يا الله المذل يا الله السميع يا الله البصير يا الله الحكم يا الله العدل يا الله اللطيف يا الله الخبير يا الله الحليم يا الله الله العظيم الغفور الشكور العلي الكبير الحفيظ المقيت الحسيب الجليل الكريم الرقيب المجيب الواسع الحكيم الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد الحق الوكيل القوي المتين الولي الحميد المحصي